0
39
uh,
8 44
44
97
97
00.
00. Okay, what I'm going to do is I will send you the course outline after this class today, so that you should just know the area that you are going to be covering. And then also, I think I'll be ready by end of business today, so that I can send you assignment number 1. I was looking at the timetable, school calendar. It shows that we were supposed to issue the first assignment last week by Friday. So I was not ready. Next, I will make sure that I forward it to you by tomorrow morning. I'm also going to create a group so that we can be communicating. There is Yombani and yourself and myself, so we can create a group so that we can be right. See, so I'll just say hi. Yeah, that will be done. How are you, Yombani? Fine. I was telling your colleague that we have to create a group, you and him and myself. And then what I'll do is I'll send you the course outline for an organized labor, so that you should see which areas you are going to be considering for this semester. I would also like to assure you that an organized labor is not a difficult course. It is a difficult course. If I was going to summarize it into one statement or one sentence, I would simply say that we as human resources managers want to see how the informal sector is treated in the context of labor laws. Unorganized labor belongs to the informal sector. It is informal because it's not organized and it has no particular rules that are followed. So the aim of this course is to let you appreciate and how you are going to handle informal labor. This is very important for you because there will be times, let's assume that you get a job at FDH Bank as the Human Resources Manager. You know, I like banks because I think if human resources management is very interesting, it must be in the bank. There are a lot of interesting things that we need as human resources personnel. So, assuming, for example, that you are a human resources manager for a bank, and maybe for just argument's sake you are based here at City Center, and then you find that the grass is growing outside the bank, and there are so many people there. Some are washing cars and organized, some are tire fitting, and then you ask the three of them, where come? And you splash this grass around. Sometimes you don't know that you are getting involved in an employment relationship. You don't know. And in the process, those three guys, they are slashing the grass. And then one of them is bitten by a snake. Right in the premises of the bank, FDH. You are the one who called them. And you agree to say, I'll pay, at the end I'll give each one of you 5,000. But make sure that the grass is clear, slashed, and then I'll give you money. And in the process, the guy is bitten by a snake. The question is, because you know, some of these things go up to court. And one of the duties of human resources managers is to be able to understand the law of employment. It's very important. Sometimes you don't know that what you're doing is an employment relationship. And then this guy comes to you and he says that FDH should provide a transport to take him to St. or any private hospital so that they get an injection to fight the poison that the snake has spit into his body. And then you say, but you are not our employee. These things are common. So don't think unorganized labor has nothing to do with human resources. It is equally important. I've ever faced in such situations where I'm saying, but you are not our employee. And then the guy says, no, but I was bitten by a snake when I was working for FDH. Because you told me to work. And then you say, but did we give you a list of appointment? Because you as the human resources manager, you know that formal employment, you have to interview, you have to give an offer later. Now this was just the devil. When you come, flash. You did not expect an accident. But in the process, the guy gets beaten. Is it the responsibility of FDH to take this guy to hospital? Is it the responsibility of FDH maybe to take him to a private hospital? Who is going to pay the bill? So don't think this is useless. It is. Because there will be battling out what is employment and what is not employment. And you will be surprised that the law will still say that there was a form of employment because the employment law acknowledges that employment can still be verbal or in writing. So you find that you go to court, you say, no, but this one was not our employee. I just hired them for Ghana, and I don't think Ghana workers are employees of FDH, so we're not bound to take them to hospital and pay for hospital bills, things like that. And this guy will say, no, but I got beaten when I was working for them, and he claims that he is the human resources manager for FDH Bank. So what I want you to know is that managing an organized labor is something that will open us to say there will be times we'll be engaging gang workers. During payroll management, I talk about how some companies to increase production, they also call some people. I was giving an example of one of the subsidiary companies under which I was working. It's called AHL Chemicals and Steel Limited. It's in Ghana. So that time because one of the products they make is weevoking. Weevoking is used to treat maize. And between March and now, production has to be 3 times the normal production. Because this is the time farmers would like to start treating their maize using weevoking. So what we are doing is February we will go around the Kanivu area 28, the nearest places will go Nancy Moga, Saint. We would actually send messages. We want 100 workers tomorrow. So they will come a bit back and we get 100. And then we tell them it's purely gun. What we mean by gun, we have not formally employed you. Your job is to help us back Mawivoking photos in 2 cartons. And we pay you by the number of cartons you have packed. We agree, yes, we agree, go into the factory. We give them the necessary protective equipment because they will be handling chemicals. Now, what happens if one of them gets sick? These are issues that we have problems to handle. Are they our employees? So we'll be looking at the connection between formal employment and informal employment. What is the connection? Are these people really not covered by MLO? This is what we'll be discussing here. We will also be looking at yes.
So what about employees on probation?
On probation. Those are employees. Probation means they were formerly employed.
Some people think that they say that if you can go to work for that should be
during the probation. Yes, but you are still covered. If you look at probation, it's when you have done interviews and then you have been offered. So the first 3 to 6 months, actually the law allows up to 6 months, but organizations can say 3 months or 6 months. But it's not only 6 months, they can also allow another 3 additional 3 months. Now, the employees under probation are employees. Because even when you look at one of the laws that is related to employment, which is the pension law, these days, the moment you start work as on probation, pension deduction starts. So you are covered. You are not unorganized.
Oh, the pension starts?
Yes. Pension number, pension of 2011. Straight away from probation, you start getting deducted 5% as a pension contribution. So those are the only thing is that on probation you can terminate the employment contract within a lesser period. Maybe let's say 30 days. While when you are confirmed, it might take 90 days to terminate employment, which whoever wants to terminate the employment. Because I can terminate my employment, the employer can also terminate my employment. During probation, the period of termination is shorter. Sometimes even you can give 2 weeks notice, and that's not a problem. At the same time, when you are on probation, the employer may not continue with your employment relationship at the end of 3 months or at the end of another additional extension period. Because you say, no, I think we recruited the wrong person. Because probation actually says we want to try if what you did during the interviews is what you're going to do. And my experience has shown that sometimes people who are very clever during interviews may not be very good performance. There's a gap. You can have a brilliant candidate for interview, but given the job, you find there is a difference between what he said in theoretical and what he's doing in practice. That's the reason for probation.
So you're saying that even the employee can terminate the employer?
Exactly. I can terminate my employment with this. I'm also the law allows that. Termination is both ways.
So during probation, they also give you money.
Yes, but the period is shorter. Because the point is, the law says we should give notice. There is no way I can wake up today or tomorrow and say, I'm not going to come back to teach again. I've stopped teaching. That's breaking the law. I need to give them time. What's reasonably, knowing that I handle students, I should be fair enough to my employer to say, no, I think at the end of this semester, next day I will not come again. There's no point I've started teaching and then next week I stop. Yeah, people can do that, but it's not fair. It's not fair. Let's be fair. We are teaching you. So I need to be reasonable. I shouldn't just be selfish. Now, we have to say, I need to say, okay, at the end of this semester, I'm going to continue. That's the best reasonable way. So termination, the law allows both. The employer can terminate. I can also terminate my employment relationship. The point is, give notice. And if you don't want to give notice, the law says you pay. Whoever is terminated should pay. We call it in lieu of notice. For example, if the university doesn't want me tomorrow, they can do that. But it means they will have to pay me 1 month's salary. That is called in lieu of notice, instead of notice. So the same thing, if I want to leave tomorrow, I have to pay back 1 month's salary to them. I don't just have to run away. I know people run away, don't pay. But the law says, if you want to leave now, then you pay 1 month for that. That's what it means. So probation is employment. So what we're going to do, as I've said, we are going in this one, because that straight away, as I've said, today or tomorrow by 10 o'clock, I will give you the best assignment. I was supposed to give you this assignment on Friday, but I was not ready with it. So I'll send the course outline. I'll also give the best assignment tomorrow. We have been advised that the assignments should be submitted through the portal and not through WhatsApp. I think there are problems of tracing whether one is submitted or not. So the message is, the assignments will not be sent through WhatsApp, but they have to be sent. Or to me, both will be okay. Sometimes it's easy for me to access it here, but you must make sure that it is also there. In case at a later point I say, no, Kumban did not give me the assignment, they can cross-check with that. But the moment I get an answer, I will say, no, you have said. So let's use both ways. So what we're going to do as from today is, and the extra topic I'm going to give you, the indication that you should be focusing as I'm teaching is in the area of the distinction between an organized and organized level. I already started talking about it last week. So it will be around that area. The specific area will be found in the assignment. But for sure, I'm going to give you a topic which has to do with trying to distinguish organized and unorganized level. And perhaps the causes, the reasons why we have an organized level. So what we are going to do today, following the course outcomes, according to the course outline, we will have to define what is an organized level in its technical sense. You know, when I'm teaching, sometimes I give a lot of definitions so that you should understand. But academically, you also need to find out the technical or operational definition of something. So we're going to define an organized level in the context of how it is identified in relation to organized level. Of course, we will not miss out those things I mentioned last week, that we talk about an organized level in the sense that it's not regulated. I think that's the distinction. The main is that it's not regulated by any employment law. Employment law has got several, it has got a number of laws that have to do with employment. There is actually the Employment Act, which you people need to be getting familiar with. I have a lot of experience, not that I'm very good, but I have a lot of experience that even human resources managers that are working in very reputable organizations are not familiar with the Employment Act. They are not. They are not familiar. I'm saying this because I also run a consultancy firm and I train people. I think in the next 2 weeks I'll be training people from my post of operation on disciplinary committees functions. They have appointed a committee to be looking at discipline of workers at my post of operation. And I'll give them 3 days training on disciplinary procedures. It will not be my best time to teach people who are, and possibly most of the people that will attend will be those that are dealing with the human resources. There are some human resources clerks. There are people that are in charge of these post offices who are handling the human resources. They want me to take them through from what is a grievance and how can you come up with a disciplinary process that is fair and that the law accepts. When can you terminate? What are the rights of the employees? These are the things that I'll cover with them. What is payable to an employee who has been dismissed? What is due to him? Things like that. So I'll be taking them. But as I say, we need to understand an organized labor, because we are saying it is different from organized labor, because the organized labor part is clearly regulated by the employment law. And when we talk about employment laws, there are several. One of them is the one I was just talking about, the Employment Act. The Employment Act, which was amended in 2010, gives minimum standards through which an employment relationship can be entered between you and whichever organization you will join. Or you people as human resources manager, you'll be representatives of your employer. Because the chief is my deal with human resources. My human resources managers in my organization, I'm a trigger what we would. They are known for that. In other words, you enter an employment relationship through your office. So if you are working for University of York, the employment relationship is entered on behalf of the university through human resources. And it's even common. When I came here, when I joined this university, where I submitted information regarding me was Madam Bear, the human resources. And that's the thing. So the contract between me and the university was done through the human resources office of this institution. And that's what happened. So in New York, that's why those things come to. Because your chief executive is not a human resources man. The managing director, they are not human resources man. You are the people who are spending 4 years listening to this message. And your face is second, back and forth, we're still making noise to you to say this is human resources. Because we want you to go there out well equipped. It's not a simple thing. You be employing people on behalf of the organization. So if you employ without following the human resources, and you know where you will be embarrassed in what we court or industrial relations court. You find them to labor what a bizarre to in court. Those guys are not done. I've seen it. I've also been embarrassed myself in the industrial relations court. The guy will stand up and say, Abana, did you warn me once before firing me? Because procedure, I already am not wrong, but you need to follow procedure. There is no way you can wake up today and say, I don't want you in this organization to go. You meet them. And those guys are embarrassing. And the lawyers or the judges or the panel that sits with us, we just look at you and say, this one, where was it qualified as a human resources manager? You see, a young person who, when I start application to JCO, is able to challenge you in court. So we need to understand the Employment Act as something that provides minimum conditions for engaging somebody into an employment relationship. We also need to know what is an employment relationship. When is employment? You see, because employment means you have got some reasonable control over the employee. We call employment, there are 3 tests of employment. To agree whether somebody is employed or not, the court uses 3 tests. And one of them, for example, if I say I'm not an employee of this university, the court will apply 3 tests. Did the university have some control over you? That's one thing. Were you operating from their premises? That's another thing. Were you getting paid at a particular agreed time? That's the 3rd test. And then the court might say, you are an employee of the university because these tests apply. Because it is different. Like the way the flashers, one who gets beaten, they will be also applied this in the court. Was he controlled? Yes, I think they said the right control. Was he operating from the premises? Was it an agreement that he would be paid at regular times? Maybe for these people it was not regular, just once and off. So they may not qualify to be employees because of the 3rd test. Because this data is how regular are you being paid? If I'm paid on a monthly basis, then that is. But if I'm just, for example, if the university hired a company just to do a survey, how students are satisfied with the lessons and what they want, maybe they will have an external company. They do a survey, they ask you students questions, and they come up with a report. Would we say that those are employees of the university of New York? We would say no. So there is also another definition. So we need to understand this. That's why we are doing an organized labor, so that we know this is the boundary between organized and unorganized. But we also look at something very important, and that is the impact of an organized labor on our economy. The impact. How useful, what is the contribution of an organized labor in the economy, particularly the Malawi economy? There is a lot of unorganized work that is taking place. Actually, as I said last week, unorganized labor it gives comfort to the government. Why did I say that last week? I said that last week because the comfort comes in if we were all waiting to be formally employed, then the unemployment would have been so huge a problem to the government. As I said, there are a lot of people in the unorganized sector because it's very easy. I used public transport when coming here this morning. Starting from where I boarded the public transport, there are some young men who are directing people. Oh, you bit of chauffeur, yes, yes, oh, this one, and then another one, but they give them something, 400, that's an organized level. Now, assuming those people were not allowed to do that, where would they be registered? And what would they be doing? You find out from area 25, they were at its common, particularly when you look at the bypass road, going to Libuni roundabout. Ulimakao Shirisai. I'm not saying to go back and directing you to go to their house. I see the night time and this time of the grass. Then I come and go on. The point is, where will those young people be put if they are not allowed to do the township? They wash, they get a 2,000, they get 4,000. Go to Mandiro, Macau something, Mataya Fig something, my welding shop something, so many. So we want to see the impact of unorganized labor. We see the good side as well as the negative side of unorganized labor. Because the good side is I think from number is dramatic, and idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yes. When you have nothing to do, you think of evil. So those guys, they are not thinking of evil because they are thinking of washing a car. So I have by what side, directly. But there's what I said, zoning for Amazon, because they are not idle. Okay, that's the good side of an. And they get money. At the end of the day, they go home with something. They can at least buy something to eat at their house. And some of them have got a family to look after. So unorganized labor, it didn't impact on the economy, but there is a loss. The government should be getting worried about unorganized labor. The government is not getting tax from the unorganized labor. And they are losing millions. Mupite pa gateway or mupite pa game. There is a very powerful unorganized activity. And those guys have got money. They sit and their job is to sit and run at a profit. It's not that else. That money is not taxed. If the government was going to do some stock taking, how those guys take the dollars and do kwajas and do rands and so on. Apparently the government does not have forex, but those people have got dollars. So the loss, the negative side of unorganized labor on the economy is that there is loss of tax. MRI is macabre. Those guys don't want to be talking about MRI. Because to them it's straight deal. You give me 1,600 or 1,800 today, 1,800 kwacha, I give you $1. We are traveling for no trace, no receipt, no what. Fast, but the government is not able through MRA to calculate the tax that is being lost. These guys are the mini parcel. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, they are getting more than what somebody is doing when he walks every day to work. You know, let's be honest. To get employed formally in the organized sector is a prestige. It's a prestige in the sense that in society. That's the only thing. It's the status. In terms of those people that are handling money, you'll be surprised. Their community they are not counted. You see? They are not counted. I had a breakdown on Saturday. Yesterday, weekend is in a because on Saturday I went for a wedding in Chinji, somewhere around Kapil. Now I had a breakdown, and it was a very serious breakdown, and it happened around 6 p.m. When I was about to start off coming here, the clutch plate of my vehicle, I could be actually now, so that's what I was told. Now I was completely hopeless. Sunday I had the first class yesterday here for weekend students from 8 o'clock. 6 p.m. as I was trying to drive back, I said, okay, Sunday is going to be cheap. I finally need to start getting more on the market here, and then what do? I resolved to unorganized labor. I started asking, but a big trading center is not a big trading center. So I started asking, do we have a mechanic here? And the boy who came to help me, not very old, but people said, he's a very competent mechanic. So I told him, I said, we can hear one thing, it's not study. Then he simply said, let's play the yacht. You see? It's completely damaged. I said, what do you mean? He said, yes. I tried to argue with him, but I'm not a mechanic. He said, the truth is, clutch plate. And this time, you are not a center base. The nearest place you can go to, maybe to see if you can get one, is Gamendo Trading Center, which is, you cannot do now because it's done. So I had to sleep. And yesterday morning, I rushed to Gamendo Trading Center. I told yesterday morning, he came up very quick. I'm trying to show you the importance of an organized sector, because that boy is self-employed, he's in the unorganized sector. So early in the morning he came where I stayed and he removed and it's not easy to remove the clutch plate because they had to pull down the gearbox in the car. Took time and went inside. They assisted me. Then I said, take this. We move it out because if you buy a different one, you go back. And I could take a public transport, go to government, is also divided, right? So I could travel from Jinji. That's where I found it. Already it was 4. So when I had to come back, it was around 2. Could I just fix it back? I was starting off around 5 p.m. coming home. You see? Now, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, he knew that I was desperate to leave. Now, that's the other problem. He knew that I was stranded. So at the end of the week, he said, you give me 40,000. I said, no, that's too much. Problem, there is no measurement. Yeah? And I'm going to do and of course they did a good job. They did a good job. But the 40,000 to me was on the high side. I said, look here, I have bought the clutch plate. The only thing you have done is to identify the problem, remove the gearbox and remove the clutch plate, and you have put it back in one. 40,000 is on the high side. We argued and ended up giving him 30,000. Which to me still felt was on the high side. But what else should I have done? Now, that money is not tax. What I'm trying to say is, emphasize one of the things is is not money, it is prestige and status. There is money this side here. We should realize that. And I was waiting on my table and I said, we have one for winning, which is what our name on the person. Now imagine I gave you 30,000. Possibly children will be like because we didn't have time. By this time he has made another 15,000. How much does this young boy, he's quite young, make in 7 days? Being the only known mechanic around the Ability Trading Center. So whenever there is a breakdown, they always call this for. And yet, he does not pay tax. And yet, we think he is not somebody who is getting money. The young boy is making money. See how much these people are making money. They will just look at the open and they will charge. They know the problem. They will start from this. I was doing it to women and again I got to go I'm in charging this. But they will start to dismantle it. When he knows the problem, at the end he says, I'm not going to 5 things of once. I could tell you a simple thing. Now, how many 5,000 do those simple little guys get at the end of the day? So what I'm trying to say is, in the unorganized sector, money is changing hands, but the government is not able to tax that money. Laptop Yanga is now on last semester. This is not my laptop. Actually, it's giving me problems. For it to pick up, to switch on, I had to come in very early. It takes time. It's not mine. My laptop semester that I now on it cannot switch on. I tell you, this is the 4th month the guy who took it is giving me stories. Today it says one thing, tomorrow it says another thing. I've just told him to say, can you reassemble it as long as I know when you dismantle it, when I hard drive, that will be the key things. Because the hard drive, I can transfer it and put it in another 4 months now. Now, you can see the numbers in New Zealand. You can see the trouble they give us. So what I'm trying to say is, you cannot shut up their organization. You can't. But at the same time, the government should do what. So maybe assignment number 2, how can we use
How can we take advantage of the organized labor to make sure that they are contributing to the economy of the country? Because contribution is through tax, but these people are not tax. And am I right? And I'm talking now, they have made over 10,000. This one 200, 700, no tax. You go and get employed in most of it, not you, maybe, and they get 160,000. That 160,000 will be tax. Pay as you pay. Because anything above 100,000 is tax. And those guys are making more than 160,000 in 2 days. When you get it in 30 days. So what I want you to appreciate is there is money. And that money is going untaxed. That is the loss. So if you ask me what is the impact of an organized labor in the economy, one, the first impact is that there is an assistance, the government is assisted because it keeps idle people doing business. But the loss is the government cannot trace and tax these people. And I say, the only thing is that because when they are not sure what to say, they are not believing that it has to be that's not tax. Tax is at the end. But over IMRA, they have come up with a small package. They want to rope in and try small business to as command so as they and so. Because they have realized that there is money that is not tax. I would have Jan doing informal. I would have said declare then I say about Sabilo, you know that's better, but also too much. The thing is they know they are losing out. The other thing that we will look at in this course, as I said today, I'll make sure that we define them correct, but I'm just giving you some of the areas that will be considered. So the definition, the impact of an organized labor, and the third one is we will look at what are the conditions. What are the conditions that are applicable in the organized sector? Because there are also conditions. And the conditions are horrible. The conditions are not favorable. There is what we call exploitation. Kuzunzika. I think last week I gave an example of garages. Like you remember, how do you remember that? Where he's using another who take him go. And because they have nowhere to go, they don't get paid. Command that is so fast. Because the Yamara about when I 8 or 9 or 10, that's it now. Where they could identify the problem and the guys are on it, they fix it, off you go. And I come I wonder because he has got so many of these. Now after these boys, they don't get a penny. I would have got to that shit. And yet they are making money for this guy. That's exploitation. So look at some of the employment conditions. It is small and medium scale enterprises and in the organized sector. How do we exploit and environment? These maids, I feel sorry. These maids, particularly my domestic workers in the environment, they don't have time to report for duties and time to know. Particularly, 2 a.m. So she is the first to wake up and the last to sleep in the house. She wakes up 3 a.m. Does ABC. Mabana agapita ku ntchito ndi kuti mopi. Mwina salite school mwana akupita ku school. 12 o'clock akamutera abwere naye. And then in the evening she prepares meals for everybody and she sleeps at 10 p.m. Organized sector business. That is why you people, when you be giving people letters or offers of employment, one of the things that is mentioned in the offer is you will be expected to start work at 7:30 with a lunch break between 12 and 1, and then you knock off at 4. Working days are Mondays to Friday. We don't use that with our domestic workers because they are not covered by the organized labor regulation. So they can work any time for more than 8 hours.
Employment agreement now the minimum working hours per day is 8 hours and not exceeding 48 hours in 7 days in a week. 48 hours. If you exceed 48 hours, you are supposed to pay the worker overtime. We don't use that here. So we look at employment conditions, and they are very horrible. His own method is sworn. Tima Vincent Shido without any rest. I tell you, and you know what I'm talking about, it is true. Sometimes you find you a new bar as a domestic worker. I mean, that's what AGI is Montimozana, Patina, Abba, the girls don't work, they are on their WhatsApp from morning to Sunday. I do wait. I do say, I do juice. She can't because I'm going to watch it. That's exploitation. These are the owners of the house. But it's not today I want chips. And the auntie who says doing that. At the end of the month, she gets a miserable 35,000 or 40,000. At the end of the month, she doesn't have anything. And some of these are not the animals. When she complains to the boss, will not pay for the days you will be there. So she goes 3 days, no pay. So she's forced sometimes not to go because she wants to get every penny in the 30 days. These are things that are happening. This is the plight of the unorganized worker. Now, maybe you will ask me, why don't the workers stand up for their rights? Why don't we have domestic workers forming a union like the Teachers Union of Malawi? Domestic Workers Union of Malawi. Why don't we have that? Because for sure, when organized sector conditions are very horrible, I wouldn't want to be in the unorganized sector. I wouldn't want. But so why is it that one, the human resources manager, when you get somewhere, you might find yourself working in the Ministry of Labor as the human resources and training manager, Ministry of Labor. This is when you should start coming up with these things to say, no, I think let's try to organize the scattered and organized labor into some sort of union so that they should fight for their rights. On Sunday, stadium, being National Stadium, Sunday. At first I didn't know what it was there, but on Sunday, if you travel along this road, around the road, you'll find that there are so many. They cannot find Timaku, they cannot find that. They are there from morning, maybe up to sunset. That's when I realized the thing that could be from my number. They are domestic workers within the area for 7. So mostly they are given off on Sunday. Now, it's when they meet now from different houses and have a chat every day. That would be the beginning of a domestic workers union. Because I'm sure although I have not listened to what they discuss, I'm sure what they discuss is to Mavuro out. Away from this, there is no time to rest. Or in the I know these are the stories they share. But that would be a source of building up a force. Whereby they can actually say, no worker should pay us less than 100,000. So if they don't want, let's not work. They can force the owners to start paying them money. So when we get sick, they should give us time to go to the hospital and pay us because we have been sick working for them.
But most of them pay to do the job.
That's it. Because they are not united.
Yeah. But even the soda, who can be our agent? So they say, I can't be able to. I can't be able to. But the point is because why is it that we do that? We do that because there is a high level of unemployment. We do that because there is a high level of unemployment. We believe we can easily be replaced. So because of fear of being replaced easily, then we accept this type of harassment. What is harassment? I tell you, these ladies are overworking. They are overworking in our houses. And they are not compensated. They just get what they're supposed to be paid. Sometimes when you are going to 3 months or so, but it happens. So we look at employment conditions, but there is also one thing we look at in this course, that is the human rights challenges. Human rights challenges. These human rights challenges have to do with what is the right, the right freedom of association. We'll be talking about human decency and dignity. Human decency and dignity. I read quite about. While organized labor, there is a lot of violation of human rights. A right is something that protects your dignity and decency. And if you ask me this question, right, decency and dignity, they are the foundations of what human rights are. What it means is there is a limit to which I can do something to someone. I'm trying to let you know how we will handle human rights in this organized level. We need to respect the people as people. Let me give you this example. There was a very interesting case to Kugasum, which in Koma private school, somewhere there. I want you to see what decency and dignity means, because they are the anchor, the foundation of human rights. Decency and dignity. Respect for the human being. We can do something up to a certain point, because decency